Are we good for testing and voice and everybody's good? It's nice to be early and on time, eh? And prepped and ready to go instead of running in and... Yeah, time is discipline.
How much minutes you have actually?
3.
I do this before.
Facial expressions change.
Yeah. What do you mean after the Yeah. Come back here.
Oh boy.
Interesting and exciting. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, members of the media. Thank you for being here. I know this press conference was only carded yesterday, so we appreciate your presence. Of course, good morning to the people of Tobago. The Patriotic Front is here, and we're here for a couple of days. Just to give you a little bit of an update, we did our walkabout yesterday in Scarborough, and it was extremely successful. So I want to begin by thanking the people of Tobago for such a warm welcome. Our sisters and brothers in Tobago, our patriotic family. But I want to get straight to the point of why we are here, and that is to introduce the Patriotic Front's 2 candidates for Tobago. We indicated that we would be fighting the 2 Tobago seats, And therefore, we felt it was the right thing to do to announce those candidates in Tobago, because they will be representing Tobago, they will be canvassing in Tobago, and when they win their seats, they will be expected to be working on the ground in Tobago. So this is my sister and brother of the soil. So what I am going to do, I shall introduce them, or let them introduce themselves to you. Our candidate, first of all, for Tobago West is Miss Aretha Clark, and I will let her say a little bit more about herself.
Just exchange.
Sure. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Aretha Clark. I am the Tobago West candidate for the Patriotic Front. I am here as a candidate because I want to see change. I am here because I've been empowered by Ms. Michaela Spandy's policies. I'm thankful for being part of this political party, which is a humanitarian party. I'm excited to be part of this party. I'm here to work with the people, for the people. And with that said, I would like to hand you on to my other colleague, Mr. Cummins.
Before we do that, let me, we're ready to hit the ground running. So that is Aretha Clark. She is the candidate for Tobago West. And my dear brother here is the candidate for Tobago East. I will let him introduce himself. He was also on the walkabout with us yesterday, and we will also be out today. So I will just let him introduce himself.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and specifically good morning, Tobago East. I am proud to say that I am the candidate for Tobago East. My name is Wade Carut. Now, the reason why I have put forth myself, or why I am entering in these elections, is because we, and I personally, hear the people. And I hear and understand the cries and the concerns of the people who have been, or felt like they have been betrayed, or who felt like they have gone through a lot. So we are here to say that we empathize with you, and we are here to give you the representation that you deserve and definitely need. So thank you all for your time, and we look forward to serving you and seeing you on the streets.
Thank you. So those are our two candidates who will be on the ground. They have been on the ground prior to this announcement, but we felt it would be something very special, that if the party was going to contest the two seats, that we should not have simply announced it from Trinidad. So we wanted to start on the right footing, to understand, to let people understand, first of all, in order to be considered a national party, you must fight Tobago, because we are Trinidad and Tobago. We are one country, one nation, with one future. And therefore, to pay the Tobagonian people the respect that they deserve. And that is why we are here in Tobago. I'm also campaigning with the candidates, but we were here to make this very important decision. I think we're making history in some sort of way. I'm not sure that any new party, national party, has contested the Tobago seats. So we're proud to do that. We had a number of people send in their nomination forms who are willing to work, obviously now with our candidates, because we are about uniting and not dividing. These two candidates I am extremely proud of. They are, dare I say, grassroots people. I wanted, and the party and the screening committee wanted to select people that will not desert the people as soon as they won their seats or got into power, because we see that happening. And therefore, they must be on the ground before and after the election. They will be, and the Patriotic Front will be. So we will field any questions from anyone at this time.
Yes. Well, good morning. Candice Jackson from Tobago Updates Television.
Hi, Candice.
One of the things that's a major topic or a major concern for Tobagonians is that whole issue of autonomy. What is the Patriotic Front's view on autonomy for Tobago? How should it work? What do you think about it?
I know that it's on politicians' minds, and autonomy tends to be something that comes up only during that period. And it seems to be some kind of election gimmick. But it is important. But the people of Tobago need to be the people who, the ones who decide on autonomy. Our view in the Patriotic Front is that the people must decide what they want. And a group of politicians mustn't sit in a room in Tobago or in Trinidad and decide what the people want. And therefore, if that is the case, our position is we believe that the people of Tobago should have a referendum. But prior to doing a referendum, the candidates and everyone must be out there educating the people to what autonomy means. What does it mean? And if they understand, so you must go in every school and every village, and you must explain to them what it means and ask them what they want. And they will tell you what they want, because remember, politicians serve the people. The people don't serve politicians, so they can't decide what they're going to do about autonomy. It's what the people want. What are the pros? What are the cons? Do consultations, find out, educate people, let them ask the questions. And when the people are in a good enough position, have a referendum. It doesn't have to be a yes or no referendum. It could be maybe, I don't know. However they do it. But it must be decided by Tobagonians and not politicians. And that is my position. That is the party's position. We feel, both candidates feel very strongly about that. We talk about autonomy. When else do you hear that discussion? And will autonomy benefit the people, or will it benefit politicians? Will it increase accountability and transparency? And will the people benefit? Politics is about people. And anything that benefits the people, that is our job to execute. So that's our position on autonomy.
Now, another concern is that of the THA and the relationship between central government and the THA. If the Patriotic Front is to get into government or have some seats in the House and so on, how will you advocate for what the THA needs to be able to make things happen here in Tobago?
Well, the first thing is you're dividing them both, and they're all supposed to have the same goal. And the goal is the people. And if the goal is the people, we're not children. We must be able to sit down and talk to each other and say what is going to be in the best interest of the people, not the best interest of politicians. And as grown men and women, you have representatives that are not in Tobago that are representing Tobago. So these guys know. And that is why they were chosen. They were screened to say, are you going to represent the people of Tobago? Or is Tobago going to be a holiday when you visit ever so often? You've got to be on the ground with the people. That's what will make, what makes this party different.
Okay. What kind of form will your campaign take?
Well, I'm gonna let the experts tell you what they will do. I just step back. Sorry, guys, we only have these 2 mics, so tell them what you guys plan to do. You go ahead.
Well, good morning again. Well, we plan to be seen on the streets. We plan to be in the communities that are affected by a lot of neglect. So we plan to have a lot of walk-arounds and possible cottage meetings with some of the villagers in Tobago East and Tobago West, respectively. Social media, of course, will play a part as well. So visibility will essentially be key, but also informing and educating people about their rights and about what we stand for as the Patriotic Front.
And we are also here to listen to the people of Tobago. We are here to hear your concerns. We are here to hear your concerns, that we could take it down to Trinidad and raise your concerns here in Tobago. We don't want that when we are moving around, you don't tell us what your problems are. We want to hear your problems now so that when we go down there, we are able to hit the ground and get the work done.
What is it, as you told there,
Thank
what
you.
is it about the Patriotic Front that attracted you to the party as opposed to any of the other parties that are already in this space?
For me, the philosophy, the humanitarian approach that it has, it brings us closer. It lets us know that we need to build a community, and Tobago, we need to build Tobago because Tobago have been left behind. So it is my mandate is to be part of Patriotic Front and help build Tobago, help take Tobago forward and not be in the backward position.
Indeed. As a Tobagonian, I'm speaking for Tobagonians because I'm hearing the people saying that they are tired of the exchange. They're tired of the same. So we are here to make a change. And from my research and from my investigations, the Patriotic Front is that party that can bring that change. And as the name says, the Patriotic Front, patriots are people who fight for their country. And the front is that we are on the front lines fighting for this country, not in some office that the people cannot reach. So this is my reason for siding with the Patriotic Front and for taking up this fight for Tobago East.
And the heart symbol means for us being together, staying together, and sharing the one love in Tobago.
Are you at all worried that your voice might be lost in the midst of a lot of other parties that are contesting?
We can't be concerned too much with what the other parties are doing, but we are concerned with our voice being heard by the people because we want to hear the people and to be heard by the people. So all the other parties and so will only be distractions or noise concerned to us. We want to hear from the people.
And our intent is to be heard and not seen. We don't want that public figure. We want that people can hear what Tobago concerns are, and we are there to be the voice for Tobagonians.
Thank you. Liz, I can't believe you don't have a question for me. Impossible. Impossible. You've been preparing those questions since last night, since last year. Anything else, my darling? I did not mean to be rude to you and stuff. Anything else you'd like to ask me?
I think that's it for now.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
No, wait.
Oh.
Will we be seeing you more often in Tobago as the campaign goes along, or is it just for the initial?
I want to try to come to Tobago as much as I can. It is a very short campaign, but here's what the problem is. I would have been in Tobago long ago. Have you ever tried to get a flight? That's something that we have to look at. Getting a flight, getting a boat, it is extremely difficult, especially on short notice. But I can't not be here again. I will come again, yes. But more importantly, I think that I want to say this to the people of Tobago. We enter into an election to win. We intend to win, we will win. Whatever the outcome, because we will do our best, I want the people of Tobago to know we are going nowhere. You are going to see us. After the election, before the election, after the election, other elections, we are not going anywhere. We want to extend our patriotic family, and the people of Tobago are our family. Yesterday showed that. And I'm so humbled and grateful, and there's still a lot of love for my dad, so it was an emotional time for me here. So the sentiments were just extreme. People coming and saying, you know, we love you, we love your candidates, we're going to support you. Mr. Pandey built this school in Mason Hall. It allowed me to get an education. So there's a sentiment of love here that is very, very strong in Tobago, and I thank the Tobagonian people for that. It's very emotional for me. Come on, Lizzie. Sorry. I just watch she's gearing up and sharpening blades across there.
What would you say is what are the biggest issues perspective that you would like to try to address should you be in government?
Well, there are many issues, and of course I know about this not only from coming to Tobago, but us spending so much time together, hearing what's happening in the East and the West. And whilst there are definitely national issues of crime and infrastructure and education, but and they will be speaking definitely more about what we're going to prioritize. And one of those things is ownership of land. In the Patriotic Front, we do not believe that crime, education, social development, all these things are independent of each other. It all has to work together to fix things. When people have ownership of land, they have dignity. They can go to the bank. They can get collateral. They can start a business. They start to feel better about themselves. So land ownership is a big issue in Tobago, and I think that affects people directly. Youth empowerment through opportunity. These guys are going to speak a lot more about that on the campaign. What we mean by that is education. There is no university based here. No university. So therefore, as a young Tobagonian, once you're done high school, your family can't afford to send you to Trinidad or elsewhere, you are now stuck with doing a trade, which nothing is wrong with that. But we want our young people to stay here, build the country. That's what we're trying to do. So education, obviously, is an important factor. And then sport. The best sporting talent comes from Trinidad and Tobago, and we have so much here in Tobago, as you know that, and the candidates will speak so much to give people opportunity. We have a basketball court. What's going on with it, Mr. Cruz?
Well, I mean, they
volleyball, beach basketball, beach volleyball.
Beach volleyball. Well, it's there, but it's very underutilized. And a lot of youths are interested in volleyball and taking that sport up, but as I say, it's not really offered to them as an option.
So you're building things. We need more grounds. We need more training. We have to get the best trainers to come here to Tobago. We must not leave Tobago. Tobago needs building, and therefore we must sit in Tobago and build it.
Amen.
That's what happens. You need to do. That's what we need to do. And of course, Aretha, we were saying land, youth, and thirdly, agriculture. Country needs to be able to feed itself. Agriculture will give jobs, and we're not talking about cutting the cane in the hot sun. We're talking about modernized agriculture. Technological. We have hydroponics, aquaponics. If you don't have the land right now, we can build up. We can plant up. So those are some of the issues that matter. But it will create jobs for people. It will empower young people. That's what it is all about, right? That's why we call ourselves a humanitarian party. It is about improving the lives of people. And therefore decisions are made on how you do that. And I accept in tourism, and we're all for that. But there's certain things that need to be done and done now. And of course, we will bring accountability and transparency. We don't have it in Trinidad. I hope that, sorry, my dear, I hope that answered your question. Is that okay? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Sometimes, in terms of the Tobago public sometimes look at national parties as using Tobago conveniently when election time comes around to suit their own purpose. What's your view on that?
I think I disagree with you. National parties are not doing that. It's other parties doing that. If you look at it, because Tobago is used as a bargaining tool, not by a national party. A national party is the same party. It is when you have different parties that they go and they negotiate behind each other's backs to their own benefits, allegedly. And that's how I see it. How can a national party use, and I speak for myself, I can't speak for anybody else, maybe that is what the only other national party that we have is the PNM. That is what they have been doing. But I am saying to you, the way we view a national party is that a national party unifies the country as opposed to divides it. And that backroom deals of who will be this and who will be that, and these 2 seats. So that, I mean, and why should it be like that? We are looking into the future and what we want our country to be. We are one country, one people with one future, and that's our slogan.
Mr. Carruth, as the Tobago East representative, we've heard about you here. Can you tell Tobago who is
Wade Carruth is a son of the soil, originally from Argyle and Glamorgan, where a lot of my family still reside. I have a background in various areas that are important to Tobago's development, mainly agriculture, the fishing industry. I'm also a part of the creative industry here in Tobago. There are also education. I worked as a teacher's aide at Mason Secondary School for 2 years, and I have basically been on the ground from birth to now. I have been on the ground in various capacities, and I am just someone who wants to honestly represent Tobagonians, because our voice have been stagnated for, let's say, too long.
Why now?
Why not now? You know, sometimes we have to answer the call when the call is given out. And right now, the climate, the way things are going, we are fed up. The youth are fed up. Tobagonians are fed up. And it's time that politics takes back a face of democracy. Democracy has been taken away from politics. People view politicians as crooks, honestly. And we want to change that. We want people to understand that they have the power and that we work for you all and we simply represent you all. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Other candidates for the Tobago East in particular, Tobago East seat?
She likes you, Wade, come. You're a handsome guy.
Okay.
And she's blushing, there you
Tell
go.
us why you chose the Patriotic Front.
As mentioned earlier, the Patriotic Front stand for something very refreshing. We have not wanting to see the simple exchange anymore, but we want to, as someone was telling me, they want, what is the word he used? But there needs to be, Mr. Irvin, what's his terms? Basically, he was saying that there needs to be a new political climate, an upgrade in politics. And to me, the Patriotic Front represents that. From the day Ms. Makela Pandey has put forward herself, I have been observing her, and the narrative has been completely different from the usual politics. The mudslinging has not been present. We have seen a form of politics that is people-centered. And this is why I chose the Patriotic Front. Because as I say, patriot fights for their country.
Take my chair.
Any questions for me? Wow.
Oh, she didn't like you,
So I am Aretha Clark, a born Tobagonian. My mother delivered me herself right there in Spring Garden, Tobago.
Wow.
So I was born by birth and not both. I grew up here. I went to primary school in Tobago, Signal Hill Government Primary School. I went to Mucarpa Junior Secondary School. I went to Corpus Christi. I came back to Tobago, went to UWI Open Campus, and then I went to Capel, Barbados, and I've been working within the THA for the last 13 years. That's about Aretha Clark. I've worked with the elderly, the disabled. Domestic violence is my pet area. And anything to do with court matters, if you know me, I love it. I choose not to disclose that at the moment. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. So as we close off this press conference, that's okay. As we close off, is there anything else?
Rather, you believe that the Patriotic Front has a fighting chance in Tobago to capture East and West?
Yes. Yes. Is that? Yes. That's that. You don't enter a fight to lose. You enter a fight to win. There we go. Everybody, members of the media, those who have joined us live, the people of Tobago, I want to thank you again for your love, your support. it's overwhelming, and I don't get overwhelmed very easily, but it's overwhelming, and we're grateful and we're humbled. I want you to please support these two wonderful humanitarians. That's what we want politicians to become, humanitarians, and they will fight for you. Well, I told them I will ensure they can't step a line out. Be with the people, work for the people, bridge the gap of the divide between politicians and the people. They're here to work for you. Your resources belong to you. We are only going to be there to manage them. And then we too will go for the next generation. But we are here. We ask you to please support the Patriotic Front. Our symbol is the heart. It is based on love. There's too much hate out there. We're passing that down to our young people. We start on the premise we love our country as patriots, and we love the people that we are going to serve. Please vote for the heart. Please, we know that our candidates may not be well, how shall I say this? Because our candidates will not be mudslinging, and the bacchanal that you may be experiencing would not be there. We ask you, members of the media, still give them the support they need, because they will be discussing the issues and the solutions that the people of Tobago need. I thank you for your time, and I'll see you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
My brother. Let's go.
Start.
Yes.
Same to you. Best of luck.
So we have the east and the west.
Keep that hold up right there.
East meets the west.
We.
We.